Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the lab session of modularization in C programming. Okay, before starting the lab session, I think I am perfectly audible to you. Can someone respond? Whether am I audible? Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, today I am going to do the modularization of the C programming. Modularization belongs to any programming language. Okay, now what does it mean by a modularization? Okay, I here draw modularization using whiteboard. Let's say now you need to solve the program. Suppose that now this is your problem to be solved. Okay, the problem may consist so many subprograms. So it's better you modularize it to several parts. Okay, then from the main program, that means main module, you can call submodules, and submodule will return something. Okay, that means there is a communication between main program as well as the sub module, main module with the submodule, as well as there can be intercommunication between submodules also. That is also happen. Okay, this part we call the modularization. Okay, suppose that now you need to create a simple calculator which will do a simple calculation task. For an example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, that means user will enter two values, let's say 20 and 5. Okay, if user asks to get the addition through the calculator, if you use the operator as plus, you need to provide the answer as 20 plus 5 as 25. And if the operator is minus, you need to use 20 minus 5. This is number 1, this is number 2. 20 minus 5 is 15. Okay, and if you select for the multiplication, you need to use 15 to 5 as 100. And if you ask the division, you need to use the 20 divided by 5 is 4. Okay, now you can see this is a one task, this is another task, this is another task, this is another task. Okay, you can write this entire program using the one module. Okay, but it's better if you are use this one using the submodules. Okay, likewise here, that means addition you can do, you can perform using the one module, and subtraction using another module, multiplication another module, division another module. Okay, now you can see if you have this kind of big problem, there are several module part available. Now, if you take one particular module, let's say plus, we call it is a function. Okay, if you take a particular function, okay, there are inputs and outputs. Okay, here you can see there is an arrowhead, input, and there is output. Okay, according to this example, plus. If it is a plus, here also you have inputs and outputs. Okay, what are the inputs? According to this example, you need to pass two inputs. That means 20 and 5. That means two numbers you need to pass. That means number 1 and number 2. Two inputs. Values as 20 and 5. And this will output answer as 25. A single one. That means here answer is 25. Okay, now here you can see two inputs and one output. Okay, likewise, if you take a particular function, there are inputs as well as outputs there. Okay, now I think you guys has a better idea what does it mean by function. Okay, let's write a particular function. First, what you have to do is you have to open the IDE. Likewise here. And now you know this is your main program, and this is the starting point of main program. This is the ending point of the main program. Okay. You can write the function after the main program or before the main program. Suppose that now you are going to write the function after the main program. Okay. So there should be a name for the function. Okay. Here you can say this function is add. Okay. You can provide add. Okay. After that, you know, there should be inputs. Okay. There are two inputs available. Okay. These inputs also, you need to provide the data types. Okay. Here 20 and 5, you know, they are integer type data. Okay. If you need to add floating point numbers, you can use the floating point or double type data. Okay. Now, according to this example, you need to add integer type data. Therefore, what you have to do, you have to open the bracket and close the bracket. Inside the bracket, you need to provide that two inputs. Okay. First one is N1, comma, second one is N2. Okay. As well as you need to provide the data type. In front of the input name, you need to use int, the data type. And here also you need to provide int. Okay. As well as, you know, there is a output available. Output also name is answer. That is also value is 25. 25 mean it is also an integer value. So here also, now when you write the function name, right side of the function name, you have to put the inputs. Left side of the function name, you have to provide the output. And remember that always output you can provide only a one. Okay, not like inputs. Output should be always one value. According to this example, your output is an integer value. Therefore, you have to provide int. And do not provide the data type name. Data type name is not required. Just output data type is enough. As well as this output data type, we call the return type. Here I show you. Now this is output. And these are inputs. Okay. Output we call return type. Okay. Inputs we called as parameters. Okay. Output we called as return type. The return type is, according to this example, it is integer, int. And here two inputs, we call them as parameters. There are two parameters called n1 and n2. Okay. Now I think you guys have a better idea what does it mean by a function. Okay. Now what we have to do in the next line, you have to use this kind of opening and closing brackets. Here also opening and closing brackets. Okay. Now here you can see in the main function, this is the main function. Okay. Within the brackets, you can see within the bracket, it's empty. Empty means there is no input for the main function. Output is mentioned as void. Void means this function does not return anything. That is the meaning of void. Okay. That means sometimes the function take only the inputs, but there is no any output. If there is no output, we have to provide this one as void. Okay. And if there is no input, you can open and close the bracket. Okay. Now inside the function, you have to provide how to perform this task. Okay. You know, if you want to add two numbers, you can provide the variable int answer or whatever the name, let's say int a is equal. Now you need to do the addition. Addition means n1 plus n2. n1 plus n2. Okay. Now you have the answer in the variable called a. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to return this answer to the caller. According to this example, the caller is the main program. Here, this is your main program or main function. Okay, the main function inputs two numbers, n1 and n2. Here, n1 and n2, two numbers input. Suppose that two numbers are 20 and 5. Then you will get 20 and 5. Here, what you are going to do, you add 20 and 5 and you will get the answer as 25. You need to return this answer to the caller. You need to give this answer to the caller. Caller means the main program. Okay, that how do you return? You have to mention return answer, return A. If you use the variable name as A, you can return A. If you use the variable name as ANS, you can use ANS. I think now you got this function declaration part properly. Okay, and remember that if you are writing any function, you need to provide the prototype of the function before the main program. Prototype of the function mean this part. That means inputs and outputs. That means return type and the parameters with the function name. We call it as the function function prototype. Function prototype mean it is same as the function without the function body. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් function prototype එක කියන්නේ මේ මුල් හරිය විතරයි function එකේ body එක නැතුව. Okay, now you have to provide this function prototype. You have to copy this one and paste it before the main program, and you have to use the semicolon. Okay, that means you are telling to your, that means you are informing to your compiler there is a function called add which has two inputs and one output. Okay, this is the add function. There are two inputs called n1 and n2. They are integer type variables. And there is only one output. Output type is int. Okay, this is the function prototype. The function has been defined here. Okay, now what we can do is we can call this function. How we can call this function? Okay, inside the main program, you can ask the user to enter two numbers, or you can define your own number. Let's say you have int x equal 20 and int y equal 5, two variables. Then what you can do, you can add these two numbers. How you usually add these two numbers? You can add these two numbers. Int answer is equal x plus y. Without using function, you can use int answer is x plus y. And if you want to print this answer, you can use printf answer is %d/n. Here you can provide answer. Okay, this is how you usually do the addition without function. Now, if you run this program, you can see answer is 25. Okay, that means answer is calculated without using function. The function is there. Remember that function won't automatically call until it has been called by a particular function. මේ function එකක් නිකන් වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැ, function එක call කරන්න ඕන. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, now this is the traditional way you already did up to now. Now what you can do, instead of doing the addition here, you can call this function add. How you can do this one? You can remove this x plus y. Instead, you can call the add function. ADD. You can see add function is automatically taken. When you use the add function, you have to input two parameters, n1 and n2. You can use the add function. You need to provide two parameters. That means two values should be input to this function in order to do the calculation. Okay, here you can see 20 and 5. The 20 is x. You can pass the variable x, comma. Second one is n2. N2 you can pass the variable y. After that, semicolon. Okay, now instead of adding the x and y here, it called the function here and pass the parameters to n and n1 and n2. After that, the function will add the two numbers on behalf of the main function. and return the answer to the main function. Here it returned the answer. The return answer will be assigned to the answer variable. After that, it is going to print the answer. Okay. Now you can run this program. Here you can see the answer is 25. Any issues up to here? No issues.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Small question. We usually use two names for when we are in the function as well as when we are outside the function. Is
Sorry,
it
I
possible,
didn't properly.
like we are using n1, n2 in the function and using x and y when we are in the main function? Can we use xy in both places also? Like, is it okay or
No, it
is it?
doesn't matter. You can use whatever the one. That means it is not required to use the same N1 and N2. That if you want, you can use this one also N1 and this one also N2 likewise.
It's not a big. It's not a deal, right? Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can use this one N1 and N2. The same one. The same answer is there. That means it is not required to use the same variables. If you want, you can use a different variable X and Y. Okay. And give me a minute. Okay, now there is another one. So if we define the function before the main function, then there is no need to include the function prototype. Yeah, that means there are some situations available. That means if you declare this one, that means I cut this one and put it here. Okay. Then you are asking that this will give you the answer. Yes. In the most cases, it will give you the answer if you declare this one before the main function. But there are some situations available. It won't work. Okay. Therefore, it's better you put the function name, the function prototype here before the main function. Any other questions? So here we need to use the function name here. So this is the usual way we are doing. If you want, you can put this function declaration before the main function, or you can put this one inside the main function also. Inside the main function. But there are some compilers, it allow you to compile, but there are some situation the function is not allowed here. Okay, but actually we do not recommend it this way, but some compilers allow to put the function name inside the main function also. Okay, likewise here, but in my compile it does not allow, and as well as we do not recommend the declaration of function inside the main function. සමහරක් කම්පයිලර්ස් තියෙනවා ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක මේ මේන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් ඇතුළේ ඩික්ලෙයාර් කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමත් වැඩ කරනවා. නමුත් අපි රෙකමන්ඩ් කරන්නේ නැහැ මේන් එක ඇතුළේ ලියන ඒවා. අනිවාර්යෙන් ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක මේන් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකෙන් එළියෙන් ලියන්න උඩින් හරි යටින්. Okay, in the most cases we put the function below the main function. Okay, any questions up to here? Okay, now I'll again go to the function. Here we already did sample functions. Okay, let's take this one. That means you are taking the square of a particular value. Okay, how do you get the square of particular value? Mean the value multiplied by that value. That we can provide the square, and you have to provide only one value. int x or y or whatever the one. Okay. Then answer is equal, square mean the value into value. That means x into x. That is the square. Then you can return the answer. Then you need to copy this function prototype and paste it here and put the semicolon. After that, what you can do, you can call this square. And the square, you need to pass only one value. Let's say value is 5. Then 5 into 5 should be 25. Here you can pass the n1. Then you can run this program. You can see answer is 25. That means whatever the value multiplied by that value. X value multiplied by x and put it to a variable called answer, and you return the answer. Okay. That means you declare a variable and after that you return the answer. Actually, it is not required to declare a variable. If you want, you can directly return the answer instead of declaring variable. What you can do here, you can directly put return x into x. X multiplied by x. Suppose that x value is 5. 5 into 5, 25. This will give you 25. Return this 25 directly without put it to a variable. That is also possible. එක variable වලට දාන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මේ පහෙන් පහ වැඩි කරා නම් කෙලින්ම රිටර්න් කරන්න. ආයි වෙන වෙන තැන් වලට දාන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඉල්ලපු එකනා කවුද? මේන් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක නම් ඉල්ලුවේ වැඩි කරා ඉල්ලපු එකනට දුන්නා. Okay. Now I think you guys can understand this one properly. Okay. As well as it is not required to call by the main function. You can call it by another function. Suppose that now I write another function. Let's say a function called test. Let's say my test. Okay. And you are going to pass a variable called integer type variable. Let's say k. Then there's another function, integer type variable k. And suppose that now there is a return type is integer type. Okay. Now what you can do is the myTest function, who can call the myTest function need to pass a variable called integer type variable k. Okay. Then what happens inside the myTest, I am going to call the square and pass this k variable. Okay. Then square function will return that particular value. You can put it to a variable, let's say int y. And after that, I am going to return that y. Okay. Then what happened? Now here, instead of calling the square, I am calling, but you have to provide this function prototype before the main function. After that, you can call myTest and pass the n1 variable. Okay, now you can run this program. You can see the same output, 25. How does it happen? So when you are going to execute this one, first it execute the line, first is take the line number 1. It is the what you call hash include. It's a that means we need to do it in the pre-processing part. The preprocessor will expand the hash include this one, and the compiler goes to the line number 2, and compiler identify there is a function called square. Okay, and compiler go to the third line, and compiler identify there is a function called test. Okay, the compiler keep it in there, compiler keep it in its memory. And next is execute the main function. The main function, now you can see there is a variable called n1. So in the memory, you know, in the memory, there are several memory slots available. Let's say this is AB, memory address is AB01, AB02, AB03, AB04, AB05, AB06, AB07, likewise memory address going on. Okay, now you can see when you come to the line number 6, there is a variable called n1. Okay, computer will get or whatever the memory address. Let's say AB02 taken for the N1. The N1 variable is stored in AB02. Inside the N1 variable, you can see there is a value 5. So inside the AB2, the value 5. After that, it go to the line number 7. Okay, line number 7, it declare a variable called answer. Okay, now suppose that answer variable is this one. This is the answer variable. The memory address is AB01. Okay, then answer is equal the my test. You need to call the my test function. Okay, where is the my test function? My test function is here. Now compiler jump to the line number 16. From line number 7, it jumped to the line number 16 because the my test is available in the line number 16. දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ මේ 7 ඉඳන් කෙලිම පයින්නවා 16ට. මොකද මෙතන කෝල් කරනවා my text කියන එක. So you can see your main program is freeze at this point and wait until the my test finish its work. Okay. දැන් සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් මේ තුන් දෙනෙක් විදිහට වැඩ කරන්නේ. මේ main එකයි square එකයි my test එකයි. main program එක execute වෙගෙන යනවා. execute වෙගෙන ගියාම මෙන්න මෙතනදී හිර වෙනවා. line number 7 එකේදී ආ හිර වෙනවා. stuck වෙනවා. මොකද එයාගේ control එක pass කරනවා my test. pass කළා මෙයා මෙතන බලන් ඉන්නේ ආ ඉවරනකම්. Okay. So if I explain that one in English also. So when you come to the line number 7, the main program freeze at this point. That means stuck or freeze. You can use whatever the name you like. It freezes at this point until the my test function finish its works. Okay. So how my test function finish? It called the my test and it passed the variable n1. You know n1 is 5. So it passed the 5 to the k variable. When you call the my test, n1 is passed, n1 is 5, it passed to the n1. So n1 is assigned to the, when you're calling, it will be assigned to the k variable. Now k is 5. Okay, then what happened? There will be another memory address assigned to the k variable. Let's say AB03, that value is 5. Okay, then what happened? It go to the inside. Line number 17, it's open bracket. And line number 18, and declare another variable called y. Yes, now there's another variable called y. Y is equal square. Now you are calling another function called square. Then what happened? This program jumped to the line number 11. Then the hard from the line number 18, it jumped to the line number 11 because you are calling the square function. Okay, by passing the k value to the x. K value to the x. What is the k value? K value is 5. Now x value is 5. Now compile it at the line number 11. Okay, line number 11, there should be a variable called x. Let's say this is your x. Okay, x has been assigned by 5. Now you can see still answer and the y variable does not have any values. They don't have any values. X variable has 5. Now you are compile it at line number 11. Okay, now you can see you call the line number 11. You come to the line number 11. You come to the line number 11 from line number 18. Okay, line number 18 means my test function. Now the my test function also freeze. That you know the main program also freeze and the my test function also now freeze at this point until the square is complete his work. Then my test එකත් මෙතන freeze කරලා බලන් ඉන්නවා. මෙයාත් waiting එකේ ඉන්නවා, මෙයාත් waiting එකේ ඉන්නවා. So my test is waiting until the square is complete. Main is waiting until the my test is complete. Okay, now you are inside the square. Now what happened in the square? You will jump to the line number 12. It is opening bracket. Then line number 13. Then return x into x. Okay, what is the x value? X value is 5. Y value is 5. 5 into 5, you know 5 into 5 is 25. Okay, return 25. That return mean, I told you in the last week, that mean last lab session also, terminate the function. Return mean terminate the function. Function mean now you are inside the square function. That return mean you are going to terminate the square function. Okay. Now the square function terminate and return the answer to the y, because the square is called by the line number 18. Now the compiler come to the line number 18 by returning 25. Now square function is terminated and return 25. The 25 will be assigned to the y variable. Now this y variable has 25. Okay, now I think you get to this point. Now what happened? Line number 18 is complete. Now the myTest function is no longer wait, but the main function is still wait until the myTest is complete. MyTest is no longer wait. It can go to the line number 19. The MyTest එක තවදුරටත් wait වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද අරයා ස්ක්වයර් එක කරලා වැඩි ඉවරයි. යා terminate වුණා return දාලා. එතකොට දැන් මෙයා තාම ඉන්නේ MyTest එක ඇතුලේ. main එක්කෙනා තාම බලන් ඉන්නවා MyTest ඉවර වෙනකම්. Okay. Now you are inside here. Now 19, line number 19, return. Return mean terminate the myTest function. Return can function ka terminate karan. So when you are returning, you know, function should return integer value. So integer value is y. Then what happened? Line number 19, it returned to the caller. Who is the caller? Caller is this one. Line number 7, freeze point. So y value is, you know, 25. The 25 will be returned to the this point, because you call this one using the line number 7. Again, it return back. I method to return back. Okay, return back with value 25. Now n1 value is, sorry, not the n1 value. The myTest function return value 25. It return, not the n1. MyTest function return the value 25. Then what happened? This 25 will be assigned to the answer variable, because there is an equal sign. It will be assigned to the answer variable. Now answer variable is 25. Okay. You know that main function is freeze or stuck at the line number 7. Now it's no longer freeze. Why? The myTest function is terminated by using the return. Okay. Then it can go to the line number 8. Line number 8, print answer with the answer variable. Answer variable is 25. Now print answer is 25. Then it go to the line number 9. Line number 9, you can see it is the ending point of the main function. Once you come to the ending point of the main function, you know, return of the main function is void. Therefore, you do not need to provide the return keyword here. It automatically returns. Okay. Then your main program terminated. Once your main program terminated, not the main program. Once the main function is terminated, entire program will be terminated. Okay. This is how this program works. Any issues up to here? No issues. Okay. Remember that this type of call, now you know there is a function and there is a question. So if we print answer n1, k, y, x respectively, what is the execution node? How it works? When you print n1, k, y, x, that means where do you put the print? That means after the printf function or before the printf function? Where do you print? Inside the main function or different? That Tilshat SM 224195D. Where is the location you're going to print? You ask that if we print the answer n1, k, y, x respectively, what is the execution? Inside the main function. That means inside the main function after the printf. You mean after the printf or before the printf? Okay, let's say you are going to printf. You are going to print that one after this one. So you are asked to print n1, equal and k equal and y equal and x equal /n. Okay, now you are asked to print percentage d, percentage d, percentage d, percentage d. Okay. Remember that although you want to print the n1, k, whatever the one, this n1 is, you can print. N1 is okay. Because it is a local variable inside the main function. But if you want to print the k, if you use the k variable, it shows in the red color, k is in the local variable of the myTest function. It cannot be accessible using the main function. Okay, therefore you cannot print the k value inside the main function. Okay, as well as you cannot print the y value because it is inside the myTest function, as well as ky and the x. X variable, it is inside the square function. Those variables are not accessible. And remember that when you are declaring a function, inside the particular function, it is a local variable for that function. Okay, that if you need to print these variables, whatever the way you like, that means suppose that now this x variable you need to access here, then you need to declare the variable as global, int x, as global variable outside of the function. Then you can access. Did you ask that one or 224195D, or did you mean any other issue? Okay. Any other questions? Okay, now I am going to explain how to call a function using call by value and call by reference. Okay, call mean here myTest. When you use the myTest, that means this is the calling point of the myTest function. And here you are calling the square. This is the calling point of the square function. Okay, this kind of call we call the pass by value. That means the values pass to this one instead of the original value. So I explained that one here. So here this for the myTest function, you pass the variable k. Okay, that means there will be a variable called k, original value inside in the n1. So n1 also available in the memory, k also available in memory in two different locations. Okay, you do not pass the original location. Here you pass a copy of the value. Here you can see when you are passing the n1 to here, when you're using the myTest function, n1 is originally available here. It passed to a copy of the value. The 5 is duplicated here, the copy to this one. So this calling method we call pass by value. Okay, I will show you another example of the pass by value. You take this example. Okay, now you can see there's a main function available, and there's another function called swap. Swap has two values, a and b, and this is a prototype of the function. And inside the function declaration, here you can see when you pass two values a and b, inside here you are going to swap the function. That means put the a value to the b and B value to the A. අපි කරන්නේ A value A වල B වල values ටික මාරු කරනවා. Just passed A value to the B, B value to the A. Okay, how to interchange those values? So when you are passing the B value to the A, then what happened? Original A value will be lost. Therefore, original A value will be assigned to a temporary variable. After that, the B value you are going to set to the A. Okay. Then after that, what you are going to do? The B value is equal the A value. A value is now available in the temp location. So here temp. Now you are going to sub this value. Now inside the main function, you have two values. X is 24 and Y is 44. Now you are going to pass that value before swapping. Okay. Before you call this swap function, what you are going to do is you are going to print that two values. A and B, that means X and Y values. After that, you call the line number 8, you call the SAP. Okay. And SAP does not return anything. Therefore, it is void. Therefore, it is not required to put in text or something here because it does not return anything. මෙයා කිසිම දෙයක් return කරන්නේ නැහැ. එයා input දෙයක් ගන්නවා විතරයි output එකක් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Okay. Void mean does not have any does not return anything. Okay. Therefore, you can just call this swap. After you call this one, again you are checking that X and Y variable to check whether what happened. When you call, before swapping X is 24, Y is 24. After swapping also X is 24, Y is 44. X 24, Y 44. After swapping also X 24, X 22, Y 20, Y 44. The values does not change. Okay, why? Because I told you, when you are calling this one, it passed the copy of values, not the original. That means I can show you it using this memory. Let's say these are your memory. AB01, AB02, that means memory addresses are hexadecimal addresses. AB03, AB04, AB05, likewise memory addresses are going to. Okay, first what happened? You declare a variable X, value is 22. Then another variable Y, value is 44. Okay, then you are going to print the X and Y value. Okay, you print X and Y value, that means 22 and 44, you print before the swap. After that, you are going to call the swap. Okay, when you are going to call the swap, you are calling this swap function. That means your compiler jump to the line number 12. From line number 8, it jump to the line number 12. Call this swap function and pass in the variable X and Y to the A and B. Okay, then there will be another variables called A and B. X value will be passed to the A. What is the X value? 22. 22 passed to the A, and the Y value passed to the B. Then the B value is 44. Okay. Now what you are going to do? You are going to the line number 14. When you are executing this line number 12, 13, the main program stuck at line number 8. ඔගොල්ලෝ දැන් 12 13 14 execute කරනකම් main program එක 8 නැවතිලා තියෙනවා. කොයි වෙලේ හරි ඉවර කරලා ඉන්නකො මම එතනින් එහාට පටන් ගන්නවා. So now you are in the line number 14. There's a temp variable. Let's say this is temp. Temp is equal A. What is A? A is 22. The temp is 22. And line number 15, A equal B. A value is 22. The A value should be changed to the B value. B value is 44. Then 22 will be erased. The 44 is assigned to the A. Okay. Now let's go to the line number 16. B is equal temp. The B is currently at 44. That will be erased. The temp value is 22. The 22 is assigned to the B. Okay. After that, it go to the line number 17. Line number 17 means end of the function. So return type is void, does not return anything. It comes to the end of the function. Then the function is called by line number 12 inside the line number 8 of the main program. Okay, then you return to the line number 8 again. When you come to the line number 17, it come to the line number 8 again. Now it's completed. That means our function is completed. Now it come to the line number 9. Print after the sum x and y. What is the x value? Is 22. Y value is 44. Okay. You can see the original values keep as it is, although you change the values inside the particular function. ඔගොල්ලෝ function එක ඇතුලේ values මොනවද කරත් original values වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද ඒක copies pass කරන හින්දා. Okay. Here we call this is a pass by value. Now next one is pass by reference. That means instead of passing the copies, it pass the original values to the function. That part we call the pass by reference. Okay, now let's see how to call pass by reference. In order to call the pass by reference, that means pass by reference means you are going to pass instead of x and y value, instead of 22 and 44, you are going to pass the memory addresses AB01 and AB02. Okay, and remember that in order to pass the AB01 and AB02, what we have to do is we have to change little bit this int a mean you can take only a value. In order to take a reference of a particular value, that means original memory location, it can be held by a pointer variable. Don't worry, the pointers will be covered in the future lab session. Okay, the pointers can be declared using the star. Okay, before the variable name you can put the star, or after the data type you can put the star. Data type එකේ පස්සේ star දාන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් data type එකට කලින් star දාන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, now you can see here int star a. Likewise, next one is star b. Okay, here you have to provide star. Okay, that means star mean it is a pointer. That means this sub function take the original values, that mean original memory locations. Okay, now what we are going to do is inside here I am going to change the memory, change the locations. That means x value to the y and y value to the x. Okay, now that means you are taking the AB01 and AB02 according to this example. Here a mean you are passing the x. That means AB01. This is AB01 memory address. B mean AB02. Previously you pass A as 22 and 44. කලින් pass කරේ මේකට 22යි 44යි. දැන් pass වෙන්නේ AB01 AB02. Now you are going to pass memory addresses. Okay, now what happened? Now if you have the memory addresses, first what you have to do is take a temporary location and put the A value to the B. Now what is the A? A is AB01. Can we put AB01 to a temporary location? Now this is a normal variable. Okay, you cannot put it to a temporary location. In order to put the memory address to this one, this is also should be a pointer. Okay, now I am not declaring a pointer, I am declaring a variable. Okay, that means variable temp. It can hold only a memory address. Now, sorry, it can hold only a value. Okay, now A mean it is a, what do you call it? It is a memory address. Now A cannot hold any value. I told you A is AB01, B is AB02. Here I do this one. Previously there is a value 22 and 44. Now what you are going to do? Now you are going to pass A is AB01 because it is a pointer. B also a pointer. B you are pass Y value, Y memory address, AB02. Okay, and remember that when you are calling also, if you call just X and Y here, X mean 22, Y mean 44. Here you are passing the 22 and 44, not the AB01, AB02. Okay, If you want to pass the AB0 and AB02, you cannot call just X and Y. You have to get the memory address of X and pass it to the here. Okay? නිකන් X දැම්මොත් එහෙම 22 තමයි pass වෙන්නේ කලින් වගේ. අපිට 22 නෙමෙයි pass කරන්න ඕනේ යාගේ original location memory address. So in order to get the memory address, you have to put the AND sign in front of the variable. And X and Y. Okay, here and X and Y. Okay, now you can see here I passed the and X and Y. That means here I passed the AB01 and AB02. Okay, now you have the temp variable here. The temp has only the 22, but the A variable, you know, A is AB01. A is AB01. Now you are going to put the AB01 to the temp. No, you cannot put the AB01 to the temp because temp is not a pointer. Only this A and B are the pointers. This A and B are the pointers. There is a question again. What is the printf percentage D in our add function? Okay, I'll come to that part later. Okay, now A and B are they are pointers. They can hold only the memory addresses. So then what happened? Now when you are calling this temp, A cannot be assigned to the temp. That is why it is in the red color. But we need to put the AB01 to the temp? No, we need to put the original value of A. If you want to take the original value, you have to use the star A. Star A means this is not a pointer again. Okay, there's a two different meaning. Now, if you use the int star A, that means it is a pointer. If you use just star A, that means go to that pointer. මෙහෙම int එකත් එක්ක star A කියලා කියන්නේ point එකක් declare කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ memory address එකක් hold කරන්න පුළුවන් variable එකක් declare කරන්න. memory address එකක් hold කරන්න පුළුවන් එකක්. මෙතන int නැතුව නිකන් star A කියන්නේ A memory address එක හොයාගෙන යන්න. Now it's a star A mean go to that memory address and find that value. A. What is A? A mean AB01. Go to that AB01. Here star mean go to that AB01. Where is AB01? AB01 is here. Here. Inside the AB01, 22. Go to that one and find the value 22. That put 22 to the here. That is the meaning of here. Now the temp variable is 22. Okay. Now what we can do? Now I am going to change the A and B value. Okay. Now here you can see. Now I need to put the A value. Now I need to change that 22 to the here and 44 to the here. Okay, how we can access the 22? 22 can be accessed by the A variable. A variable has AB01. AB01 is here. AB01 value is 22. That means you have to go to the variable AB01. Okay, how to go to the variable? You have to use a star. Star A means go to the memory address of A. මෙතන star A කියන්නේ memory address එකේ තියෙන A වලට යන්න. Sorry, A වල තියෙන memory address එකට යන්න. A කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? AB01. එයාගේ memory address එක කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? මේක. මෙතනට යන්න. මේක ඇතුළට. Now you have to go inside here. Okay. That inside that part is equal to the B. Okay. What is that B? B is AB02. Can we put AB02 to the here? No. We have to assign 44 to the here. Then what you can do, you have to use the star B here. Star B means again go to the memory address of B location. The B is here, AB02. Go to the memory address of AB02 here, 44. Now star B means 44. Okay, star B means actually it is 44. Assign 44 to the here. What is here? Star A. Star A means A is AB01. Star A means this location. This is star A. This is star B. Okay, now 44 will be assigned to the star A. Star A is now 22 will be replaced by 44. Okay, 44 will be assigned to the star A. Now star X value is 44. Now what we can do in the B, That means Y location. Y location you can access using the star B because Y location is AB02. AB02 is inside the B. If you use the star B, that means go to inside the Y. That means here we can use star B. Star B means this one. Star B. Star B is equal temp. What is a temp? Temp 22. This will be assigned by 22. Star B is 22. Okay, now what happened? Original X and Y values has been changed. Previously it is 22 and 44. Now it is 44 and 22. Okay, now what we can do is we have to do the changes. We have did some changes to the function prototype. Then we have to copy this one and paste it to the here and semicolon. Okay, now here we are passing the and X and and Y. Now you can call this, run this program. You can see before SAP in X is 22 and Y is 44. After SAP in X is 44 and Y is 22. Now you can see the original values has been changed. Okay. That means pass by reference is a little bit risky one because inside the function, you can change the value of the main program. Main program or a caller. මෙයාව call කරන එක්කෙනාගේ values වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන් මේක ඇතුළේ ඉඳගෙන pass by reference දැම්ම. The previous one is pass by value. The pass by value, the function cannot change anything in the other function. But here, it allows. Now, I think you guys have a proper idea of the pass by value and the pass by reference. But don't worry that you have a simple idea of pointers. We will cover the pointers in the future lab session and the lectures. Then you will get the better idea. How does it happen? Okay. Now you can get a simple idea. Now when you are using the user input, let's say int k and scanf %d k variable. Here you pass the and k. What does it mean by and k? And k means you are passing the what? You are passing the memory address. So scanf is a particular function, inbuilt function, likewise SAP. මේ SAP එක වගේ scanf කියන්නේ inbuilt function එක. It is available inside the stdio.header file. අපි මේ ලිව්වා වගේම මේ C program develop කරපු කට්ටිය scanf කියලා function එකක් මේකේ ඇතුළේ ලියලා තියෙනවා. මෙන්න මේ header file එක ඇතුළේ. Okay, that scanf function is looks like here. Void scanf and you need the variable. Therefore, let's say integer type variable according to this example. Integer type variable, let's say value. You can use whatever the one. It is a pointer. Okay. Inside here, you can use whatever the thing. Scanf function is looks like here. It passed this one. Actually, if it is a what do you call? If it is an integer type one, this is an integer type variable. If it is a double type one, this is a double type pointer. Okay. Therefore, actually, scanf is a void type pointer. Okay, don't worry, we will cover the void type pointer later. Now the scanf is looks like that means when we are calling this scanf function, it is looks like this one. You need to pass a memory address because this is a pointer. Scanf function එකේ මේ වගේ memory address එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Memory address එකක් තමයි ඉල්ලන්නේ. එයා pass by reference ඉල්ලන්නේ. Pass by value නෙමෙයි. Printf function එක pass by value. So printf function is, you can see it is a pass by value. We are not passing AND operation to here. Okay, now I think you guys have a better idea of pass by value and pass by reference. Okay, now you can continue the exercises, and I saw there is a question from the Bandar GSM. So what if the printf function %d answer was also in our add function and we just call the function with the parameters? within the main function as add to 5. Yes, you can call that one. It doesn't matter. Instead of that, we will suppose that now you have add function. Now I am going to write the add function. Add, let's say, A and B. Okay. What you can do, you can return. So here you have to provide int, because add function need to return integer type variable A plus B. Okay. Then you need to provide the function declaration. Okay. Then what you can do here, you can call this one that let's say int, the previously we used int two variables, no, x equal 5 and int y equal 7, likewise this one. No, then I take int answer is equal, I call that function with x comma y. Okay, after that printf answer is %d/n. Here you can pass answer. So this is I did in the previous one. That means answer is 12. We are going to add this one. Now that you asked, according to your explanation, I think printf %d was also in our add function, and we just call the function with the parameters within the function as add 5 2. That means instead of that 5 and 7, you are calling this 5 and 7. That is also correct. So you will get answer 12. That means you do not need these variables. Instead of variable, you call whatever the numbers to be added. Okay, then it gives the answer. I think you asked that one, that Bandara GSM. Did you ask this one or any other question? Yeah, without returning, printing the answer within the add function. And just call it. Yeah, that is also possible. That means without returning, if you want, you can call. That means here I am going to put this one as void. I do not return anything. Okay. And here I declare a variable int answer is equal x plus 5. Okay. Then instead of printing the line main function, here I cut this one and put it here. Printf answer is %d and this answer. So you are printing that one inside the add function. Okay. Here what happened? You are calling only the add function. Here return type is void. Therefore, it is not required to declare a variable. You can just call add with 5 and 7. Okay. Now you have to provide this function prototype here and semicolon. Then you can call answer is 12. Actually, what happened? The main function available. This is our main. And there is another function called add. This is the add function. Here you are going to call A and B. That means 5 and 7. Then what happened? Inside the 5 and 7, it add this one to answer variable 5 and 7. That means 12. After that, print answer is 12. Okay, and does not return anything. Then add function terminate. The main program terminate. Previously, what happened? Previously, also there is a main function. The add function also available. Okay. And you call 5 and 7. And here answer is 5 and 7. That means 12. And you return 12. When you return, that means it return to the 12 to the main function. The main function get the 12 and main function print that one. Answer is 12. Okay, here answer is print by the function itself. That is also possible. Then what happened? There is only inputs available, no output. Previous one, there is input always as well as output. I think you asked that one. Oh, did you get that point, Bandara GSM? Or do you need more clarification? Okay. Any other questions up to here with this function? No questions. Okay, now tell me that what are the advantages of this function? Why do we need this kind of functions? Because now you can see we can hold that one inside the main function. If we want to add something, we can do it inside the main. Why do we need this kind of overhead?
It's reusable.
Yes.
It's reusable.
Yes, the one advantage is code reusable. That means sometimes you may think now we can add the numbers inside the main function. Here we are writing so many codes. It is actually it is overhead. But here you can see it looks like an overhead. But when you go to a complex program, there are so many advantages. That one user mentioned that the code reusability. Okay, what does it mean by code reusability? That means when you take the main program into the submodules like add, subtract, or likewise, instead of writing everything inside the main function, if you put the function to the sub, that means if you modularize the main problem to the sub function, the modules can be reused in different parts of the program or in other projects. Okay, that means it will reducing the redundancy and the saving the development time. This promote a more efficient and maintainable code base. Okay, that means that if you write a particular function, you can use this one in the other program also. You can use your program as an include file and you can reuse that function. It is not required to write it again and again. Okay, suppose that now there is a big problem. Suppose that now you need to find the what do you call Armstrong numbers in the given range. Okay, user will input. You know that as I mentioned in the exercise class, that means you need to get the Armstrong numbers in the given range according to the user input. Suppose that user input 1 and 100, you need to provide what are the Armstrong numbers in between 1 to 100. Okay, you can put your code into a function and you have to call that function. Okay, if you want to use it in another program, you can use it in another program by including that function to here, including your program, that means including your C file to the here, and you can reuse that function. The code reusability. As well as there is another one called ACE of the maintenance. Okay, smaller modules are easier to understand and maintain than that monolithic code base. The monolithic code base means that means if you have so many complex problem, all the codes you need to read inside the main function. Then we call it is a monolithic code base. Monolithic can hammer comedy. So then it is very hard to maintain the code. If you have smaller modules, then it is very easy to maintain. Okay, that developers can focus on the specific module responsible for that functionality, making the debugging and the maintenance. You will be covered the debugging part later and the maintenance. Suppose that now one user need to do a modification to the add function. Okay, and another user need to do the modification to the subtract function. Since they are two different functions, they can do the individual modification. But all these functions are inside the main program. Then what happens? Suppose that this is the programmer A and this is the programmer B. That programmer A, suppose that now programmer A do the modification in the add function in the main, then programmer B need to wait until this A is completed. Because all the codes are in the one program. Hammer code එකම main module එක ඇතුළේ තිබ්බොත් එහෙම මොකද වෙන්නේ? code එකේ වෙනසක් ගන්න ඕන නම් එක්කෙනෙක් කරලා ඉවරනම් අනිත් එක්කෙනා බලන් ඉන්නවනේ developer. Okay, you know that when you go to the industry, you have to work it as a team. Okay, when you work it as a team, actually you are doing only a particular part of your project. Okay, then if you have sub modules, that means you are working on a particular module, another developer working on another module. Okay, that means it is an advantage of the team collaboration. Okay, modular programming facilitates the collaboration of among the team members also. Okay, as well as when you go to the quality assurance, that means testing of the code, it is very easy to test because there are several modules. You have to test the module separately. If the one module is test complete, we can say this part is okay. Okay, likewise, there are so many advantages available. That is why we use the modular programming or modularization in programming. Okay, now I think you guys have some better idea of functions. Functions mean modularization of a program. Okay, since now time is 8:15, I am going to close this, conclude the lab session. If you have any question, you can ask now. You need to do this one. Now, about that, there are several, no, sorry, there are 6 questions available. I will upload, I will create a link. So you guys can upload the answers. Lab sheet 7. Upload your answers to the here. What is the date? I think you can submit this one on Friday, 30th. Sorry, 13th. October 13th. Which role student? In the student view, okay, you have 3 days and 3 hours. Okay, you can submit your answers. Okay, any questions up to now regarding functions or any other things you learn up to now? No questions. If you don't have any question, I can conclude now. Okay, seems to be you don't have any question. Therefore, I conclude the lab session. Thank you for your participation.